TRN News.
Nashville Department of Transportation officials continue to assess the damage to a downtown parking garage after a fire caused part of one of the floors to collapse. The fire occurred Tuesday morning at the downtown public library parking garage, causing damage to several cars and forcing authorities to temporarily close the facility. The cause also remains under investigation, but officials say foul play is not suspected. A woman is behind bars after Memphis police say she attempted to rob First Horizon Bank on Elvis Presley Boulevard early Thursday. Remika Harris has been charged with attempted aggravated robbery and was arrested after she left the scene in a Hyundai Accent with temporary tags. I'm Scott Hooper.
Number one for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take this time to breathe deeply and close your eyes. Right now, you're completely in control. Unlike the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk. Or when you tried removing those raccoons from the basement. Concentrate on the soothing sound of my voice. Release the memory of when you wrestled with that beehive in your son's treehouse. Let go of the time you thought that skunk was a cat. Or when you pulled into the garage with your son's bike on top of the car. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
A man already facing felony drug charges is back in custody after leading police on a high-speed chase through Davidson County Thursday night. It ended with the discovery of drugs, a stolen gun, and multiple outstanding warrants. Vehicle crimes detectives spotted Luis Hernandez going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit in a Dodge Charger near Bell Road and I-24. When officers attempted a traffic stop, Hernandez refused to pull over, triggering a pursuit monitored by a police helicopter. A multi-agency undercover operation targeting human trafficking in the Chattanooga area has resulted in the arrest of 4 individuals, according to the TBI. On June 9th, TBI special agents with the Human Trafficking Unit, in partnership with several local police agencies and the FBI, carried out a joint operation aimed at identifying individuals seeking sex acts with minors and recovering potential victims of trafficking. I'm Scott Hooper, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Security camera footage has helped the Putnam County Sheriff's Office recover more than $100,000 in stolen equipment. As a result of the investigation, deputies have charged 36-year-old William Levon Ryan of Cookeville with 2 counts of burglary and 4 counts of theft over $10,000. His first court appearance takes place this week. The town of Alexandria has a new mayor following the resignation of Mayor Beth Tripp. The town's council has appointed Alderman Jeff Ford to fill the unexpired mayoral term. Tripp resigned shortly after being arrested for a criminal summons accusing her of trying to get the town's police chief to cancel a ticket for someone. The Monterey Planning Commission has approved the site plan for an O'Reilly Auto Parts store on East Commercial Avenue. Developers say construction will begin sometime this year, 90 days, the timeline for completing the auto parts store. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Monday morning forecast. Off and on wet and stormy conditions will continue today with scattered to widespread thunderstorms likely this afternoon. A few storms could be strong with localized flooding issues possible. Highs will top out in the mid-80s. A few showers or storms may continue into the overnight hours with lows falling to around 70. Rain and storms are expected to be widespread Tuesday, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will be in the lower 80s. We'll continue to run a chance for scattered thunderstorms both Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the low to mid-80s. The stormy pattern will finally come to an end with high temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90 in store for us this weekend. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Oh, no. Every morning feels so bright, with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:07 now.
We're starting out with 69, getting up to the lower 80s, and well, it's partly cloudy right now.
All right. Check, 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 check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I've got it on. I've got the audio on for that part. Yep. It's for sure coming through. I mean, I've got it on. Wait, hang on. Okay, it's off. Now it's on.
TRN News.
Sounds like something out of a movie. A Memphis police officer jumps into a strange man's car during a foot chase. Video posted to social media last week.
We're just gonna go straight back in then, and don't worry about that opening deal. We'll just go straight back in here to. Hey, it's Good Morning Cookeville. So, you tell me when to go, and then we'll go, and I'll hang up on you. Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. Sorry, had a little power outage there this morning.
It's funny. We just came on with our first sentence and then boom.
Yeah.
Everything went off down the whole street.
It's crazy, isn't it? Look what you've done, Sheila.
I know. We were just so bright on a Monday and it just said, whoa, we're going to blow the transformer. I don't know if that's what happened, but
that's for sure what happened, Sheila. You caused a whole power outage down Willow Avenue.
And then now it's fixed.
And then now it's fixed. Thanks to everybody.
Well, besides that, on things you need to know, Picasso's gift shop and art studio is now open 7 days a week. I think it's just been open 6, but now their hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and now Sunday, 11 to 5. And they're open late every Friday, too, on Spring Street in Cookeville. They have a lot of great gifts, too. If you haven't been in there, it's just a really cool place.
Yeah. The city of Cookeville has got a budget of $1.3 million for renovations on the recycling center there at Stevens Street and Low is what that road is. Low Avenue. They're going to move the building back and make it easier for people to get in and out with their recyclables and for garbage trucks. And
that's
things
great.
Like that. So. Look for that to come here within the next fiscal year.
Well, looks like they're taking auditions or will be for Shakespeare in the Park, Sunday, June 22nd at 2 p.m. Open auditions. It will be directed by Joseph Clark. And what you need is to recite a 1 to 2 minute monologue for the director. Get to practicing now because on the 22nd, that's when the open auditions are being held.
The Fentress County, the new TCAT Roan State facility up there, it's going to be really nice. They're still building it right now. It's under construction. It's going to be named after Senator Ken Yeager and Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson. So it'll be the Ken Yeager and Jimmy Johnson building there. And the Tennessee Board of Regents just approved the name. So
that's great.
That'll be the name of the T-Cat Run State facility there in Fentress County.
Well, it's the Sounds of Summer at Dogwood Park. It will be this evening at the Dogwood Pavilion. Cookeville Community Band will be performing at 7:30. It is a free concert, so you can join them tonight. Hopefully the weather will be good. There's been so many things that's been canceled because of rain, including the Bonnaroo Festival. You know, they shut it down because it was basically a river.
Was it? I mean,
it was. I saw some of the.
I mean, it was bad, but I mean.
But I know, to shut the whole thing down.
Yeah.
You're questioning that.
I don't trust that completely.
But free concert in the park tonight, 7:30, Dogwood Pavilion.
All right, Sheila, since we're running a little bit behind, let's go ahead and get to your 2 cents. That's brought to you by Freedom Pond. They're located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
What movie has the best ending?
Well, they all have good endings.
No, they don't all have good endings.
I always thought Old Yeller ended well.
I was like, are you kidding? Yes, he is. I was like, what? No movie where a dog dies is ever good. No.
Old Yeller, best ending to a movie ever.
Horrible. It's like me and my husband not laugh at Old Yeller, but what I'm saying is
You
we
laugh
don't.
at a dead dog, Sheila. I cannot believe that.
Let me finish, because we see movies with people dying all the time, and yeah, it's sad. A dog dies, we are devastated.
Yeah, it is worse.
It's because that dog, they love you no matter what, unless they're rabid.
Right? Yeah, unless it's Cujo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Think on that, then head on over to. Jason and Sheila on Facebook, or Good Morning Cookeville on Facebook, and get in on that. It's Good Morning Cookeville, live here in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pond, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pond Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pond, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by our friends at Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:20.
Our guest this morning will be Congressman John Rose, coming in after 7.
All right.
Then Angie Wells from Leadership Putnam. She's from the Cookeville Chamber, and she's in charge of Leadership Putnam, and they've got another class that's coming up soon. So we'll talk to her about that and maybe a few graduates from last class of Leadership Putnam.
Oh, that'd be great. Looking forward to hearing from them. All right, your 2 cents is what's going on right now. It's a whole question that Sheila puts up on her Facebook page. If you haven't participated in that before, why not make today the day?
Oh, look at you. You're doing real good for a Monday, even though electricity went off.
Well, you know, if that's the worst thing that happens today,
we're all right.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
So head over to Facebook. You can either find that on Good Morning Cookeville Facebook page or Jason and Sheila, and it's brought to you by Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
What movie has the best ending? And I don't think this is an easy question.
Rudy's got a great.
Oh my gosh, it really does.
He gets to go in and play. He lined up off sides, but he still got into play. They didn't call it on him.
That is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's a lot of good movies on here. Let me go here because I can't think of one.
A lot of football movies have great endings.
Some of my favorite movies are sports movies, even some sports that I don't even like. And it's because I understand how hard people work to, in sports and the Olympics and everything like that. I love the pomp and circumstance of all that and how the story behind, how did they get to this?
Right.
That's what we're all about, aren't we? All right. The movie with the best ending. Jim says Scarface.
You worked real hard to make football movies kind of uncool just then, Sheila.
I did?
Yeah, you tried to make it sappy.
Well, sometimes I need that.
All right.
Not sappy. I like the story behind the story.
You made it a little, a story, and it's just football.
Scarface is what Jim says.
Scarface? I'm trying to think how that ended.
Well, I'm thinking people got shot up. Maybe he's trying to be funny.
But
Russell says The Sixth Sense.
I haven't
which is a
seen
good
that.
movie. Oh, man, you'd like that movie. It might get a little sappy, though.
That's the one where the kid sees dead people?
I see dead people.
Okay.
And Bruce Willis is in it, so any Bruce Willis movie's good. Johnny Ferguson said The Cowboys. I just know that as a team.
Hadn't seen it.
Oh.
And here lately, the Cowboys have not had a good ending.
No. This is a good one. Connie said An Officer and a Gentleman.
Hadn't seen it.
Oh, man. David Keith from Knoxville's in that one.
That's the one where he goes into the meat locker and carries her out of the meat locker.
Well, he goes into where she works. I didn't know if it was a meat locker or not.
Some sort of meat thing.
It's some kind of thing like that. But yes, he carries her,
scene.
which is a great scene. I love it. I tell you what, that Norma Ray was a good ending on that one.
Never seen it.
Kevin said Open Range.
Oh, that's Kevin Costner Western.
Okay. And here's one I do agree with. Landon, go forth, our buddy. Hey, Landon, shout out. Shawshank Redemption.
I've seen it, but I don't remember how.
I've seen it like 1,000 times. And it ends with him finally getting out of jail, and he meets Morgan Freeman at the beach, and they're joining each other because they were buddies in prison. And I'm just like, that's a great ending. Finally, he gets his justice because he was in prison, wrongly accused in prison. Right. And then Toby said, Up. I love that little movie.
Oh, yeah, that is a good movie.
It's a great movie. That's what we got there on that. What movie has the best ending? Could you think of anything else? Smokey and the Bandit or something?
Smokey and the Bandit's got a great ending in that he did make it.
Yep.
And with the course and got his truck.
Yep.
So that was good. Caddyshack, great ending, and Danny hits the putt. It's right there at the end, and then the explosion happens, and it goes into the cup, and Danny's the winner there, and
Dirty Dancing. They get together.
I don't know how that ends.
I know. It's too sappy for you.
Animal House, the way it ends, where we find out where all they're going to go, and Lutowski's a U.S. Senator at the end.
Hey, that Animal House is like a classic that we've loved.
Right.
But the kids nowadays don't get it, do they?
Well, it takes too long for it to set up who the characters are. I've decided I tried to show it to my stepson who'd never seen it, and he is 26 years old. And the first part, back in the day, movies would develop the characters.
Right. You get to know each and every person, and then it really gets into the nitty gritty of the story.
Well, apparently that takes too dang long for Animal House to do.
Because nowadays we're all about give it to me, give it to me, give it to me now.
When you watch any movie now, it just comes on, boom, they're right into the...
And that's why sometimes I don't like the movies, because there's no setup, there's no real story.
I thought that I would go see a movie this weekend because Donna loves the movies.
Right.
We didn't go see one single movie this weekend.
I bet it was crowded this weekend.
I was prepared to see Mission Impossible.
You wanted to see that at the theater.
Right, but she never brought it up.
So you didn't, and it was Father's Day, and they're going to do something for me.
Right. Which meant on Sunday, yesterday, I didn't do anything.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it
so
was
you had a
great.
good Father's Day?
Yeah, Saturday we went and had brunch. Me and my dad, Donna's dad, the kids who were in town.
Yeah.
We all went to 37 Cedar, and I got their brunch special thing, the 37 special or 37
Everything
deluxe.
there's always
or-
good.
I
Yeah.
forgot what they call it, but anyway, it's a biscuit. On top of the biscuit is fried chicken.
Oh, yum.
On top of the fried chicken is two fried eggs.
Yum, yum.
On top of the fried eggs is 2 slices of bacon. On top of that, smothered in gravy.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I'd been able to finish all that.
I know what you're asking, Jason. How could you finish all that? Well, it's not an easy task, but I did.
I bet it was
I did
delicious.
it, and it was delicious, and it was awesome, and all the dads had a great time.
I got to see my daddy yesterday. We went to Shelbyville, and he and my mom are doing good, and the whole family kind of visited and had a good time yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny, it's Father's Day, but all my gifts had something about Papa on them.
because I mean, let's face it, that's what you love.
That's my favorite hobby right
Yeah.
now. So there's
Being a
like,
papa.
I wonder what should we get him? Well,
He likes being a papa.
he likes being a Papa.
And that's a
Right.
dad. That's a daddy
They got
influence.
me a world's best Papa mug. That's what the grandbabies and Maddie actually
Right.
got me. But then Donna got me a shirt that says, the people I like most in this world call me Papa. Then it had Matthias and Josie's name on the shirt.
Oh, that's precious.
What I wore to brunch.
Yeah, that's precious.
Just let all the other Papas know who the boss Papa
Who the best
is.
Papa
I'm
is.
the boss Papa. And that's just all there is to it.
Well, yeah. Anything that Jason gets, he's like, he's feeling it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your 2 cents. It's on Facebook. You can find it on Jason and Sheila or Good Morning Cookeville. We're talking about the best endings to a movie.
Yeah.
And so whichever, and then it's probably different for each individual person too.
Would you say Jaws?
I don't know. I haven't. Here's another one. I haven't seen Jaws.
What? Well, I guess because you've heard all your life how good Jaws is, it'd probably be a letdown for you.
Yeah, the only thing I know about Jaws is we might need a bigger boat.
That character's great. I love that dude.
And I have seen the first part of it where the mayor's a jerk and won't tell anybody there's a killer shark because
Yes.
he's worried about tourism.
Right.
I've seen that part.
But don't you think if you, in the bigger picture, when people die, that's going to hurt tourism even more.
It will. No one wants to go to get eaten by a shark.
No,
Right.
Let's just not tell them it's going to hurt tourism.
Right.
Then everybody gets eaten by a shark.
That's what happened to Dunlap, Tennessee.
And they got eaten by a shark.
People get eaten by a shark. That's why there's no tourism in Dunlap anymore. Used to be the
Dunlap. It gets a bad name.
bad name, doesn't it?
It's a sweet little town.
Right. And now a couple people get eaten by sharks.
Yep.
Nobody goes to Dunlap anymore.
Sharknado.
Yeah. So your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond, located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. Coming up, spoiler alert, things going on in the world of entertainment and music. We'll be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln Cookeville. Are you tired of having to wait at a dealership to get your car serviced? Well, then you're going to love Ford Mobile Service from Ford of Cookeville. From oil changes and tire rotations to simple repairs, our certified technicians will do their thing right in your own driveway thanks to our state-of-the-art mobile service van. Let us come to you. Schedule your Ford Mobile Service now at FordLincolnCookeville.com or give us a call at 931-526-3325. Terms and conditions Tractor Supply. See deal for details.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Foglight Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. JJ Spawn won his first major tournament on the PGA Tour, winning the U.S. Open at Oakmont with a final score of 1 under par yesterday. Spawn, who shot a front 940, finished at 2 over par for the day and beat Robert McIntyre by 2 after draining a 64-foot par putt for birdie on 18. It's just the second win of Spawn's career, who won the 2022 Valero Texas Open, and with the win, Spawn wins $4.3 million. The Boston Red Sox are trading 3-time All-Star Rafael Devers to the San Francisco Giants. In the trade, Boston received 2 pitchers, Kyle Harrison and Jordan Hicks, along with 2 prospects. The Giants are covering the rest of Devers' contract through 2033 and will pay him more than $250 million. Devers is currently hitting .272 with 15 home runs and 58 runs batted in this season. The Memphis Grizzlies traded Desmond Bain to the Orlando Magic yesterday. In return, they are getting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 first-round pick swap. Since entering the league in 2020, Bain is one of 3 players who have made 800 three-pointers on 40% shooting. The Magic ranked last in three-point shooting last season. Louisville beat Arizona yesterday in a winner-go-home game 8-3 in the College World Series in Omaha to keep their season alive. Today, Arkansas plays Murray State to keep their season alive at 1 o'clock, and UCLA plays LSU to move on in the winner's bracket at 6. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Happy Monday. Tonight at 7 right here on Hub Plus. It's the Chamber of Commerce Signature Luncheon Special. It's got Randy Porter, Lauren Wheaton, and then one of the higher-ups there from TDOT. I forgot his name. Anyway, they're talking about infrastructure, roads, how that's going to impact us over the next few years, when projects are going to be done. A lot of the questions that you've had about how they're going to redo this Willow exit now that Target and Home Depot are going to be there, all those questions get answered.
I'm
tonight.
looking forward to that because you and I we weren't able to go to the luncheon, so I really wanted to see what TDOT had to say because a lot of the roads are state roads that they're having to redo.
And big thanks to the to Amy New and the Cookeville Putnam County Chamber of Commerce for partnering with Hub Plus to, this is the type of community things that Hub Plus is made to do.
Yes.
And it was awesome of the chamber to recognize that and involve us in the signature lunch. And hopefully we'll get to do more of those
I hope so.
as time goes on. So I guess I should have made that part a spoiler alert, things going on in the world of entertainment and music, because tonight at 7, you can watch the signature luncheon from last week here on Hub Plus. On the talk shows, Stephen Colbert's got Mariska Hargitay.
Love Mariska.
I know. I just like saying Mariska Hargitay.
I bet she's going to talk about the documentary that it may be released today. It's about her mom, Jane Mansfield, and she barely knew her mom because she was such a little girl. I mean, like baby almost.
Yeah.
When her mom passed, and she's like in search of the history of her mama.
Oh, okay.
So I cannot wait to see that
That'll be
documentary.
cool. On regular TV tonight on CBS, you've got The Neighborhood, also FBI and FBI Most Wanted. On Fox, Lego Masters and The Quiz with Balls, got the hiccups. American Ninja Warriors on NBC, so is Yes Chef. On PBS, a series premiere of Walking with Dinosaurs.
It's probably the history, though,
What's
right?
the song? Everybody walk the dinosaur.
Like a boom or something
yeah.
like that.
And on Food Network, and I saw the promo for this, super mega cakes. And I know one, they make a full-size Superman cake.
Wow.
That was on the promo anyway.
I don't even know how you'd begin to make a full-size Superman as
Don't
a
either.
cake.
Have no idea. That's a Jamie's.
That's extreme talent.
That's a Jamie's Eats and Sweets question there. Nicholas Galancine
Easy for you to say.
confirms that filming has officially wrapped on Amazon MGM's live-action Masters of the Universe, which he stars as Prince Adam / He-Man. The fantasy epic, directed by Travis Knight, is set to release summer of 2026. So we'll have to wait for a live-action He-Man. I was wondering when that was coming.
You were waiting.
I was waiting for that. And hopefully She-Ra will be around soon.
I used to get called that.
Sydney Sweeney should play She-Ra.
You think?
Yeah.
You just think she should play anything.
I think she'd be a great She-Ra.
She does look like She-Ra.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
Come on now. You know you love her.
You're trying to make it to where it's something else. Late night host Jimmy Kimmel and actress Kerry Washington joined nationwide No Kings protest on Saturday. So if you saw them out at any of that, then there you go. That was them, in case you were wondering. Jaws celebrates its 50th anniversary. Sheila, we were just talking about it.
Being relevant earlier.
The 50th, there'll be a major streaming debut.
Wait, did you just say 50?
Uh-huh.
Oh my.
All 4 films are now available on Peacock as of Sunday, along with the special theatrical re-release during Labor Day weekend.
I'll watch a marathon of Jaws. That'd be fun.
Episodes of Jaws on the Water. Jaws on the water. Lightning in the sky. And an upcoming documentary and exhibition tie-in. So a lot of Jaws 50th anniversary things coming this year.
Will you watch it? At least the first one.
I'll watch the first one. I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch the other 3 because by now people should know.
Well, here's the deal. The first one's the best anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even hardly remember the other 3.
I'll watch the first one for you.
I just thought there were 2 of them.
I'll watch it.
You lost me at remake because a lot of times the remakes are not good.
No, you're right. They're not. But the documentary will be neat.
I say remakes. You know what I'm saying? The follow-up sequels.
Cher's son with Greg Allman. He's 48. Elijah Blue Allman was rushed to the hospital Saturday morning after overdosing in Joshua Tree, California.
Oh, but he's okay.
Well, as
He's
far
alive.
as I know, yes, yeah, but hopefully he'll be able to get the help.
He's had a lot of problems like his dad with drugs and alcohol.
Modern Family star Ariel Winter has been working undercover with Safe from Online Sex Abuse, SOSA, posing as a 12-year-old girl in sting operations to help catch online predators. The sting operation is part of the new true crime docuseries SOSA Undercover. In an interview with Daily Mail, she says, "Growing up in the entertainment industry, I've been the girl we are trying to save. It's vital to me to help protect young women from the experience I endured in my own life." She says she was surprised by the volume. Hundreds of thousands of men reached out to her.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad she's helping. I think that's great that she's doing that.
I think so too. And man, that'll be
scary.
And I mean, I'm glad that show's happening.
Yeah.
But I can't watch it.
Oh, it really, it's gut wrenching.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched something like that when Dateline did it, and I'm just like, I was so upset
just can't
and then
do it.
scared that there's so many in the world like that.
It's gross.
It's just horrible.
Yeah.
And I know most men and women are protective of children.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you're surprised at how much evil's in the world.
Yes.
And for innocent kids.
Right. Kanye showed up in court last week in an apparent show of support for Diddy. Ye has voiced his support for Diddy through social media and also put out a song sampling his voice in a call from behind bars. And last Friday, he arrived at the Manhattan Federal Courthouse where all that's going on, all the trials going on. He stayed for less than an hour, but was photographed on his way into and out of the building, where he was able to watch the proceedings from an overflow room and also saw Diddy's son, Christian Combs, who he dapped up.
Which means gave him some good stuff to wear?
No, shook his hand.
Is that what dapped up
You know,
means?
You know.
I don't know. Dapped up.
It's day 23 of the Diddy trial, and the judge in the Sean Diddy Combs trial is seriously considering the removal of juror number 6, which juror number 6 will be on every single news interview, probably able to write a book called Juror Number 6.
Oh, yeah.
Diddy's defense team threatened to petition for a mistrial if the juror is disqualified. Unclear how they win that argument. The judge that determines the juror's fate, likely this morning, would also rule on the mistrial motion. So that may happen today. I don't think they'll get a mistrial. The judge has been shooting those down pretty good, but maybe if they've got a out of sync juror, they might have to dismiss all the jurors and restart the trial all over again.
Which they're just trying to prolong it now.
Yeah.
His lawyers
Which
did.
I don't know why, if you're trying to prolong it because you're in prison.
Right.
So it looks to me like either getting it going or getting out of it. One or two things are going to happen. And
maybe they're not getting out of it.
And waiting, I don't think is going to help them any.
Right.
But that, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, Sheila. I don't know if you know that or not.
I didn't realize that.
I'm not a lawyer. At the box office over the weekend, the number one movie was How to Train Your Dragon. It came in at $83.7 million. Lilo and Stitch dropped to number 2 with $15.5 million. The Materialist, which I have no idea what that is, that's at $12 million. Mission Impossible, $10.3 million. And then that John Wick Ballerina still hanging in at $9.4 million.
Maybe if you'd have gone, that Mission Impossible would have been up a notch.
It would have been up a few extra dollars. Not enough to reach the number 3 spot. So I wouldn't have made.
I was trying to give you credit.
I wouldn't have made any difference there. The Materialist is a romantic comedy starring Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans.
Oh, that's why they've been on interviews together.
Yeah, so they're doing all that.
I like that Pedro a lot.
Couldn't place him. He could walk in here right now and I wouldn't know who he was.
He was on The Last of Us.
Never seen it.
Yeah, you said Donna didn't want to watch it either if he wasn't on that show.
Well, yeah, Donna's watched it. I haven't.
Well, we liked him on that. He was also on the
I know who
Star
that is
Wars.
now. Yeah.
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 Funny. He hosted Saturday Night Live at one point too, and he was great on that too. Just seems like a good guy, like in general.
Yeah.
But who knows? It's Hollywood.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows anymore?
Coming up, we've got the real good couple stories that are positive and uplifting. We'll get to those here in just a minute. Also, this week it's Ask Sheila.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
Let's see, what I get, 11, 10, 11 last week?
I'm thinking it was 11.
11.
Yeah.
It's average.
Average.
It's average.
I thought you did pretty good.
It's all right.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can.
We got to get
keep
to
it going.
13 for the record.
13, lucky number 13.
We got to get to 13. We'll get in on that here in just a little bit here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate.
Elevate Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931 Window 1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Monday morning forecast. Off and on wet and stormy conditions will continue today with scattered to widespread thunderstorms likely this afternoon. A few storms could be strong with localized flooding issues possible. Highs will top out in the mid-80s. A few showers or storms may continue into the overnight hours with lows falling to around 70. Rain and storms are expected to be widespread Tuesday, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will be in the lower 80s. We'll continue to run a chance for scattered thunderstorms both Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the low to mid-80s. The stormy pattern will finally come to an end with high temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90 in store for us this weekend. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
It's 107.7 Grace FM.
And Hub Plus on your Roku app.
And it's Red, White, and Boom on the 4th of July. And we're excited to again be the official radio partner of Red, White, and Boom, the largest event in the region and still on the largest radio stations in the region.
Did you know this is the 11th annual Red, White, and Boom? Not to mention, it's the second biggest 4th of July fireworks show in the state of Tennessee. This will be at the original Putnam County Fairgrounds on Jefferson Avenue. And this will be the biggest Red, White, and Boom ever.
Plus live music with Slippery When Wet, America's best Bon Jovi tribute band. Plus food trucks, a vendor market, the U.S. military, and family-friendly events going on as we count down to the fireworks on America's birthday.
And you can hear this year's fireworks soundtrack exclusively on your hometown favorites. 94.7, The Country Giant, and 98.5, KISS FM. And you can watch all the action on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
And don't forget, as always, it's coming up Friday, July 4th.
And we want you and your family there.
It's right here with Better Cookeville, Cookeville Communications, and 107.7 Grace FM, and on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
Happy 4th of July.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:49.
A high today, getting up to about 82. We're already at 70 this morning.
It is a little warm out there.
It's like, it feels a little muggy.
Yeah.
Muggy is the word
Yeah.
I'm using.
And I think there's rain. I think there's rain in the forecast all this week.
Yeah, there's rain today, but Anthony Taylor, who is our weather guy, knows more about that than I do.
Yeah. Well,
He follows, he's a meteorologist.
my favorite was over the weekend. He's like, no, there's not a timeline for when these showers will come. And he was right, because they would just pop up.
He's so funny because when he says stuff, he's so adamant because he knows he is studying it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love that we have the best weather nerd ever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you know, I think he will own that. I'm not making
Absolutely
fun.
will.
We love that
Yeah.
he knows all weather, everything weather, and this area.
Mm-hmm. Every day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find a few that are positive and uplifting, and we call it
The Real Good.
A spirited retriever mix named Amber had a rough life as a puppy. She was growing up on the streets of Qatar.
Whoa.
When
I don't know where that is, but that sounds rough.
When a charity rescued her and brought her to England. Qatar's in the Middle East. Those are the people that gave Trump the new Air Force.
Okay, I do know where
Yeah.
that is then. I was thinking it was somewhere in Tennessee. And I'm like,
Qatar,
I've not heard of
Tennessee.
Qatar, Tennessee.
It's West Tennessee,
It would have to be.
just a little south of Jackson.
Qatar. That's what I call a guitar before I knew how to pronounce things.
Amber's life has calmed down in the UK. She still has a streak of adventure, which she put to the test over the last month or so. Back in April, Amber escaped her foster home, and over the next 36 days, she covered around 100 miles, including swimming to and from an island in a harbor. Many people in the community learned about Amber and did their best to help. No small task, as Amber was on the run and didn't seem to have any interest in calming down.
She's like, I'm on a journey.
She's out
I
there
want to find out where I belong.
doing her thing.
Little Amber.
Little Amber pipe, popping up on somebody's bed and pooping in it. Eventually, she was spotted by two men in a boat in the harbor who rescued her and brought her to safety. She's now back with her foster family. Amber's being closely watched to make sure she doesn't attempt another great escape. Maybe she wants to be out in the world. Maybe she doesn't want to be a kept dog.
Here's what I think. She hasn't got the loving that she needs, and she's in search of it.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Amber needs the right household for her that understands her ways.
Right. Yes.
You know what? I've got a soft spot for Amber. I'd like to adopt her.
Well, go over to the UK and go get her, Sheila. You got your passport and stuff.
I do. It's up to date.
Your star on your license.
I got it all.
You've done all the government stuff.
I'm with that government, I reckon.
Yeah. 14-year-old Cody Chalmers was out riding his bike in Chandler, Arizona, when he spotted a wallet stuffed with cash, cards, and ID.
Oh, my.
Instead of pocketing the money, Cody tracked down the owner using social media and returned it. Cody's mom, Carrie, was so proud of her son's honesty that she shared the heartwarming story on Facebook. The story was discovered by a stranger in the community named Adam Bailey. Adam was so impressed with Cody's integrity that it inspired him to reward Cody. Adam learned that Cody had been saving up for an e-bike, so he purchased the bike and gave it to him as a surprise gift.
Nice.
The stranger did. Cody hopes his adventure will inspire other teenagers to make good decisions. He says, do the right thing and you will get good things back. That is a true statement, Cody Chalmers.
I agree with that.
That is a absolute
Send out good
true.
in the world,
Yep,
good comes back to you.
Get good back. 100%.
100%. We've done that before, and it's come back to us.
So to Amber, the runaway dog, who probably just wants to obviously be on that island by herself.
No, she doesn't.
And to 14-year-old Cody Chalmers, you are. Oh, and to the guy who gave the e-bike, Adam.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Real good.
All right, last week it was Ask Jason. Did about an average job. Nothing great.
You got 11 right. That was great.
In college football terms, I probably went 9-3, 10-2, and lost the first game of the playoffs.
I think he did well. You're being humble for the first time I've ever known you.
Kind of what happened. That's kind of what happened, Sheila.
All right. I'm
All right.
ready for Ask Sheila.
All right, here we go. Let me see if these have any sort of
theme.
Looks like workers.
Work theme.
Work. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Work.
According to research, the longer it takes to do this every day, the more health problems you are likely to have. What is it?
The longer it takes to do this.
Yeah. According to research, the longer it takes to do this every day, the more health problems you are likely to have. And this has to do with work.
The longer it takes to hit your deadline, because it would make you stressed if you didn't.
No, not deadline. It'd be something that you do, honestly, probably before and after work.
Oh, the drive? A longer drive?
Yes, the commute.
That is, that does make a difference because it adds on a longer day for you.
Is it raining?
It's raining.
Okay, so I thought I heard rain happening.
It's raining.
That wasn't a question, Sheila. You don't get credit for that.
Oh, I was like, I got 2 right already.
But you did get 1 right. Very good. All right, Sheila. Question number 2. 42% of people surveyed said they do this at work. What is it? 42%. So almost half. And I would say at our work, I would say it's more than half do
Drink.
this.
I'm just kidding. I just said that to be funny.
Yeah.
More than half?
I say more than half of where we work. And honestly, it's because a lot of people just drop these off for us, and then we all
He's off. Like food?
it is like food, and when you eat just a little bit of food, you
Graze, snack.
There you go. 42% of people surveyed said that they snack at work.
Okay.
I figured that'd be a whole
Doesn't
lot.
everybody? I mean, you're there like 8 hours.
I thought everybody did a little snacking at work.
I mean, we snack more than we really eat lunch. It's like we just kind of snack all day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Graze. Yeah.
Thank God for animal crackers.
Isn't that the truth?
Man, those are got a whole big tub of animal crackers.
Yeah. And peanut butter and crackers.
And peanut butter crackers. Yeah.
Keeps you going.
We did have a bunch of candy, but now that seems to have diminished.
Well, everybody likes to snack at
I
work.
guess we'll have to get some more. Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, last question, Sheila. You're doing good. You've gotten 2 so far.
Oh. Okay.
Nearly 60% of workers surveyed said they've caught their boss doing this on the job.
Sleeping.
No.
Taking a little nappy nap.
Now stop it. I was having a thyroid issue. I couldn't help it.
I didn't say you.
Yeah, but that's what there's been when I was having my thyroid problem. I would fall asleep holding the mouse.
But I was nice to you. I did not share it with everybody.
No, that was Freaky Dave.
Freaky Dave.
He did a video of it. And not only was I sleeping, I was snoring.
I had a video like that too, but I didn't even pressure him on it because I know how hard it is to get up in the morning. He even stayed later than me because he was the boss, so I didn't give him grief.
Yeah.
But Freaky Dave sure did.
Yeah.
Oh, wait now. What is this?
Nearly 60% of workers surveyed said they've caught their boss doing this on the job.
Shopping.
No, well, kind of shopping, but not for goods or services.
Not for goods or services.
Yeah.
My mind's going all places. Like shopping for another job?
Looking for another job.
Oh, my goodness.
Way to go, Sheila. Got 3 on a Monday.
Hey, it's the coffee.
That was a lot of using
That was good hints,
Family Feud and password rules all at the same time.
You did good with your hints this time. Thank you. You've learned from the best.
No,
Me.
Sheila, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
It's 6:59 coming up after 7. Some great guests.
Yeah, we've got Congressman John Rose who will be in after 7, and at 7:30 from the Chamber of Commerce Leadership Putnam, it's Angie Wells.
I'm looking forward to hearing from both of them. I've heard so much about that Leadership Putnam.
Yeah.
But yet I don't know what it is exactly. So
Oh, well, we'll educate you about
So
that.
that'll be fun to hear about. That's all coming up here in just a little bit here on Good Morning Cookeville, live here in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
TRN News.
Sounds like something out of the movie. A Memphis police officer jumps into a strange man's car during a foot chase. Video posted to social media last week shows the cop slowing his stride and climbing into a civilian's back seat before jumping out again to rejoin the chase. The suspect, who's wanted for multiple theft and vandalism charges, still managed to escape. Authorities say the officer who bummed the ride didn't break any rules, and they thank the driver for assisting in this pursuit. Kilmar Abrego Garcia pleading not guilty on Friday to federal human trafficking and conspiracy charges in Nashville. The El Salvadorian migrant was arraigned in federal court. He's accused of trafficking illegal immigrants between states. Abrego Garcia was wrongfully deported to El Salvador earlier this year before being returned to the U.S. His case becomes a national flashpoint as President Donald Trump ramps up his mass deportation efforts. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
As an organ donor, your story doesn't have to end. The good in you can live on. In fact, you could save up to 8 lives with your gifts. Your heart could keep beating. Your kidneys could keep filtering. And your intestines could keep on digesting for others. And that's not all. You can improve the lives of 50 more people as an eye and tissue donor, restoring sight and health. And you're not just helping out the person receiving the transplant. You're touching whole families with your life-saving gift. Register in minutes. Just go to organdonor.gov. You'll be happy you did. And just maybe, someone else will be happy too. Sign up today. Go to organdonor.gov. It saves lives. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia has pled not guilty to federal human trafficking and conspiracy charges. The El Salvadorian migrant was arraigned in federal court in Nashville Friday. He's accused of trafficking illegal immigrants between states. Abrego Garcia was wrongfully deported to El Salvador earlier this year before being returned to the U.S. 2 weeks ago. His case has become a national flashpoint as President Donald Trump ramps up his mass deportation efforts. A teenager facing charges after a stray bullet strikes a sleeping child in Spring Hill. Police say the unidentified 17-year-old is facing attempted murder in connection with the shooting June 6th. Officers say a man was standing on Shandor Street in the early morning hours when they exchanged gunfire with someone who pulled up in the sedan. Several bullets hit a nearby home. One grazed the skull of a sleeping child inside. An investigation underway in Nashville where a human foot was found under a dam. The Army Corps of Engineers and the Coast Guard responded to the situation where the foot was found pinned between the barges at Old Hickory Dam. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Security camera footage has helped the Putnam County Sheriff's Office recover more than $100,000 in stolen equipment. As a result of the investigation, deputies have charged 36-year-old William Levon Ryan of Cookeville with 2 counts of burglary and 4 counts of theft over $10,000. His first court appearance takes place this week. The town of Alexandria has a new mayor following the resignation of Mayor Beth Tripp. The town's council has appointed Alderman Jeff Ford to fill the unexpired mayoral term. Tripp resigned shortly after being arrested for a criminal summons accusing her of trying to get the town's police chief to cancel a ticket for someone. The Monterey Planning Commission has approved the site plan for an O'Reilly Auto Parts store on East Commercial Avenue. Developers say construction will begin sometime this year, 90 days, the timeline for completing the auto parts store. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Monday morning forecast. Off and on wet and stormy conditions will continue today with scattered to widespread thunderstorms likely this afternoon. A few storms could be strong with localized flooding issues possible. Highs will top out in the mid-80s. A few showers or storms may continue into the overnight hours with lows falling to around 70. Rain and storms are expected to be widespread Tuesday, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will be in the lower 80s. We'll continue to run a chance for scattered thunderstorms both Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the low to mid-80s. The storming pattern will finally come to an end with high temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90 in store for us this weekend. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville is the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic and share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Oh, yo. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila, we're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:07 now.
And we're happy to have Congressman John Rose in here with us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on the show this morning.
It's always great to have you in with us because you're just so willing to come in and talk about what's going on and what you're involved in. I know one thing is the One Big Beautiful Bill that you are really behind that as well. You're a big supporter of it.
Sure. So the One Big Beautiful Bill, as the president likes to call it, and ultimately the legislation got named.
Is that what it's called when you're having meetings, or do you say,
the bill,
the House bill, or whatever it is, and the number, or do you guys just call it the Big Beautiful Bill?
Well, various variations of that, I guess, is the best way to say it. I've started calling it OB cubed, and trying to get that to take off. The president, I think, coined the phrase all the way back at the beginning of the Congress early this year of calling it One Big Beautiful Bill, because there was some discussion where it comes from, some discussion of doing two reconciliation packages or two reconciliation bills this year. And there was a little bit of debate that went on between the House and Senate of whether it should be one or two. And ultimately, the House pretty strongly felt from the beginning it should be one, and that's where the president picked up on the let's make it one big beautiful bill.
Gotcha.
And so that kind of stuck, and so they actually named the bill that as it came through the House.
Oh, really?
And it passed out of the House. I lose track of time. About 3 weeks ago, and then this past week we made a couple of minor technical corrections to the bill to comply with Senate rules. So the whole basis for this is Congress put in place a process back in the 1970s to pursue what's called budget reconciliation. And really the idea was let's set up a process where we can come to agreement, House and Senate, to get an appropriations bill through the process. And as a part of that, the real key feature is that it only requires a majority in the United States Senate. Normally, the Senate would require a 60% supermajority to pass virtually any legislation.
Gotcha.
And so reconciliation allows for the Senate to pass an appropriations bill like the reconciliation bill with a simple majority, as long as certain prerequisites are met. And those prerequisites are that both the House and Senate have to pass
This
first.
is harder to figure out than the TSSAA basketball championship, how that all worked.
Well, I'm glad he's here to explain it to
too.
us, because
Gosh.
now he's putting it in our terms, and we kind of that helps us understand it a little bit better.
Sure. So the prerequisite is both the House and Senate pass a budget resolution, kind of, if you would, like the budget you'd make at home with your family. Hey, here's what we're going to do for the next year.
Okay.
And then the specifics, which are contained in the reconciliation bill, come along behind that. As long as they...
So you've made your budget, and then that's like deciding if you're going to keep Netflix or not.
Exactly. So as long as the specifics...
Is it worth it?
Is Netflix worth it? Yeah.
As long as the specifics fit under those original resolutions, then it only requires a majority vote.
I know there was a lot of, when all this first came out, and all the Doge stuff, that not all the stuff that they had found with Doge was in the bill to cut. And is that more of we'll get that cut later? Is this part of the dance that you have to do in Washington in order for things to run? Because I think that's where a lot of the disconnect was. At least, I'm playing a relationship expert here between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Musk was like, hey, I gave you all this stuff to cut. There's not enough in there. And then all y'all in Washington are saying, well, you kind of have to play the field here a little bit, Elon. That's how that works.
That's true.
Okay.
So not everything that Doge has identified can be put in reconciliation.
Okay.
The rules are pretty specific about the types of things that can be included, and so not all the Doge cuts can be included there. Now, many of the Doge cuts will show up over a period of weeks here and months as what are called rescission packages. In fact, we passed one of those out of the House last week. And of course, it's always important to remember in any of the things I'm talking about is that anybody who remembers Schoolhouse Rock, you've got to pass it in the House, you got to pass it in the Senate.
Yeah.
Those two bills have to be the same, and then the president has to sign it in order for it to become law. So when I say we passed, the House passed the One Big Beautiful Bill about 3 weeks ago. We passed a correcting bill this past week that fixed a couple of things where the Senate parliamentarian, who is the arbiter of whether or not it passes muster, has said, no, you've got a couple things wrong. So we had to fix those things this past week, and thankfully successfully did that without a lot of drama.
Do you guys have to go through some sort of class before you start in this job? Because that's a lot of stuff. Even if you've seen Schoolhouse Rock, that's a lot of stuff to remember that in processes. Or are there people there like aides or like whoever works I don't know what the term for that person would be, to let you know, okay, this is what you have to do, and this is what, or is this, how does this, what training goes into this?
It's a bit of all of that, but there's a fair amount of like most jobs, a fair amount of on-the-job training. And it's where it does matter to have people who've been there long enough to really learn these things. And some of it's trial and error. So obviously I said we fixed some things. We figured out, a couple of weeks after the fact that there were 2 or 3 things that got through that wouldn't pass muster with the Senate parliamentarian. And so we had to bring it back and fix those. And
I'm sure there's a lot of behind the scenes that we just don't understand that happened.
Yeah.
And that's true. And that's why it's important to have members of Congress who are paying attention, because of course, when something requires this level of specificity and detail, there's also room for some chicanery, as you might imagine.
Oh, yeah.
And so you learn of things that sometimes intentional, sometimes unintentional consequences of legislation or provisions within the bill. And so that's something you just have to be constantly vigilant about and looking for.
You never know what they're going to try to slip in on you, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So once this gets all the way through, does it immediately become what's happening, or is there a timeline like
is it immediately passed?
Yeah, the One Big Beautiful Bill. Like, let's say it gets all the way through, and which I guess it looks like it will. I mean, I know there's some shaky ground there, but for the most part, I mean, it's got as good a chance as any. Does it automatically become law like it's happening right then, or is there a time that has to?
Like everything, it depends. Some
Okay.
of the provisions take effect fairly quickly. Some of them are prospective. Some of them are retroactive.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be a mix of that. And some of the provisions of the reconciliation package that we're calling the One Big Beautiful Bill
Yeah.
will play out over the next decade.
Oh, okay.
So it's a real mixed bag in terms
Right.
of how quickly it happens. So, you know, one of the things that we would say is maybe the most important feature of the One Big Beautiful Bill is that it will deliver the largest tax cut in American history for working and middle class Americans. And so that's a real noteworthy thing. If we did not get this done, then next January 1st, 2026, we would have the largest tax increase in America.
Oh, geez. Well, we don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. And if you poll Americans, it's like a 80% issue with Americans that they would not want that to happen.
I'm surprised not 100%. Who likes paying taxes? Nobody
Nobody
does.
that I
Yeah.
know.
So I would figure I can't believe there's 20% of people out there going, man, I sure would love to pay some taxes.
Maybe that was 20% was unsure as
Maybe
what
they
it's
didn't hear
going
the question
to.
right. Yeah.
I think you're right about that. So.
Well, that's it. So it'll happen over a decade. Are there some things like the tax going up that if this gets passed, that will happen in a more of an immediate fashion like that?
So of course, in addition to avoiding the increases, which would essentially be a reversal of the tax cuts from 2017,
Okay.
the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, you
Right.
hear people talk about. This will put in place some and fulfill some of President Trump's promises. So no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, a significant tax cut for seniors receiving Social Security that will
great.
amount to undoing the tax on Social Security
Yeah.
benefits that has been kind of a burden on seniors
Sure.
for years.
Yes.
And so, you know, really and then a tax break for people buying for the interest on people buying U.S.-made cars. So some of those tax promises that the president made as a candidate or pledges that he made, this bill will fulfill those.
Well, that's it. You know, that's great to have a president that says I'm going to do something and then gets in office and tries like heck to do those things that he said. You know, I mean, I think that's why people get so tore up about him. Is because
Making things happen.
right, like none of this is a mystery for people who were paying attention. You know, why is he doing this? Well, he said he was going to.
Absolutely.
And everybody voted for him to do it. So just.
And I think probably it's been a master class over the last several months in promises made, promises kept, and a president who's demonstrating what the presidency can do in terms of delivering on promises.
And in a quick way too. Like you know,
As soon as he became president, he was
I'm turning 52 this year. In my lifetime, I've never seen Washington move this fast, and it's almost like there's people like, shouldn't we put the brakes on? And it's like, no, I got to get all this stuff done. I got to put all this stuff out there because honestly, I'm probably gonna get taken to court over it. So, I've got to put court time in the timeline. That seems
Absolutely.
the game he's playing.
Right. And I think, you know, this president is motivated by a number of factors, but one of those is he was here before. You know, he's been around this track once before. He knows what the pitfalls are, and he also knows he's only going to serve one term, and so it's important to get the job done and get it done quickly. And you just, I think, put your finger on it. There are already scores of court challenges to the president's actions, and it takes time for those to make their way through the system. Some, thankfully, are moving quickly.
Yeah.
So, for example, the court just late last week affirmed the president's authority to call in the National Guard to stop the violent rioting and protests that are happening out on the West Coast and other places across the
everybody was
country.
acting like that's the first time that ever happened. This is unprecedented. Well, I mean, read some history, guys. This isn't the first time.
It won't be the last
It won't
time.
be the last.
Right. And I think it underscores, again, this president doesn't doesn't delay in thinking about what needs to be done. And as we've seen, and as we saw during the COVID era and some of the riots that happened then, particularly following the George Floyd incident, if you don't get on top of that, then you see your cities burned down.
Right, yeah.
And so we all saw what happened in Minneapolis, where the governor hesitated and delayed for a few days, and then, billions of dollars in economic damages, small business owners losing their livelihoods, people losing their homes, public facilities being destroyed, and at great cost to taxpayers. And so I think the president getting in front of this, and frankly protecting federal officers that are enforcing federal law. So this all began because of ICE enforcements there in California, where the immigration folks were rounding up criminal illegal aliens, as the president also promised he would do.
Right.
And
I think that's key. You use some key words there: criminal, illegal aliens. There's been a lot of other, there's been some stories. These are, they are hunting for specifically, and tell me if I'm wrong, this may be just news propaganda. They are hunting specifically for illegal aliens that have a criminal history. So if you're an illegal alien and you work at an avocado farm, they're not looking at you specifically. You're not top on the list. In fact, maybe not even on a list. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
The president has made clear that they're prioritizing people who are here illegally,
right,
but who have come here and then broken the law.
Right.
And so that's the priority. That's who they're focused on trying to find and get out of the country. But of course, they're going to run into other illegal.
Sure, they're running dragnets, so to speak,
Right.
and there's some that's going to get caught up in that maybe shouldn't be or whatever. But
well, I think the issue there is they might not have been the priority, but they are here illegally.
Right.
If they get caught in one of these operations, then they're going to get probably deported as well.
Sure. Well, it's like our mama's always said, you need to be careful who your friends are.
If you hang around with skunks, you're going to smell like skunks. That's right.
That's right. We'll be right back. Got John Rose here in the studio with us. More coming up here on Good Morning Cookeville, live from the Willow Window Studio.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
There is no longer a...
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate.
And we're happy to have Congressman John Rose in with us. We're having a great conversation with him about some of the things that laws that are on the table and trying to be passed. And also there's just so much that you're involved in, and you're going to Washington A lot.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're how does traveling affect you on a day-to-day basis? I know you're just around everywhere, not just Tennessee, but Washington as well.
Did you go to the military parade?
I was not able to make it to that. So we had come back. I had some events here in Tennessee that I was doing Saturday, and so came home. But had a busy week in Washington leading up to the weekend.
And happy Father's Day to you, too. I know it's a day after.
Did you do anything fun for Father's Day?
I did have a nice breakfast with my family, but then I was speaking to a group over in Williamson County, Brentwood area, and then went to see a Tennessee walking horse demonstration yesterday afternoon.
Cool.
The commissioners of agriculture from the 17 southeastern states were in Tennessee yesterday, this weekend, and so I spoke to them at lunch yesterday and had a good visit then with them at Callaway Stables down near Shelbyville.
Well, it sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
Good I didn't do anything.
You took a break.
I laid up on the couch all day for Father's Day.
And that's why you're not a congressman.
And that's why I'm not a congressman. I bet there were some congressmen laid up on the couch. Not everybody's.
Not John Rose.
Let's get past the big, beautiful bill here and move into some things that, are coming into the future. There's so much going on in the world right now. It's probably hard to put a firm target on really anything at this point. But as far as, moving forward here in the next few months, what do you see happening in Washington?
Well, so the one big beautiful bill is not complete, so I circle back into it.
Not complete,
and the Senate has to pass it, and if their version is different from the House version, then we'll have to reconcile.
Several more weeks of back and forth.
Right.
Then.
Well, we're hopeful that this all gets done by Independence Day. That's the goal that's been set. So hopefully the Senate will move quickly.
And we're just a few weeks away to that.
Yes, so a couple of weeks out. And so I think once we get that done, Congress has been moving a lot of other issues along. So we are well into what's called appropriation season in Washington, something that hasn't gone well for many years, frankly.
Right.
But Republicans have been committed. Last year we passed all 12. There were 12 individual appropriations bills. We passed all 12 out of committee. Got 6 or 7 of them passed through the House before the process ran into trouble.
Explain to me, like I'm 5 years old, what appropriations means.
Well, it's usually probably better to just think of it as passing the actual spending plan or budget of the United States. So the federal government runs on a fiscal year that is October 1st through September 30th each year. So that's the deadline we're up against. If we did this normally, according to plan, think about the Putnam County, for example. I suspect they get their work done on time. Or close to it every year.
Randy does a good job at that.
And so if the federal government was doing that before September 30, we would pass the appropriations for the next fiscal year. In this case, we would call it year 2026. And so for organizational purposes, that process is divided up into 12 pieces, dealing with different areas. So like defense is one area.
I gotcha.
And so the Appropriations Committee of Congress has 12 subcommittees that shepherd each of those programs. And so that's been happening. We'll start to take those bills up individually on the House floor probably in mid-July with the hope of passing as many of them as possible before we take a break during August to come home and be in our districts, and then we'll go back in September and try to finish that work. So that will occupy a lot of our time. But there are other kind of routine processes that need to happen in Washington. One of the main ones is what's called the National Defense Authorization Act. It's one of those rare areas of success for Congress that we have passed routinely for going back 60, 70 years now, which just simply sets out what I consider to be the most important responsibility of the federal government, which is national defense, and it sets out the policies and procedures and authorizations that will happen as a part of the defense of this country. And so that process will also happen during late June, July, as we move into, the second half of the year. And then we have I serve on the Financial Services Committee and also the Agriculture Committee. The Ag Committee has a farm bill in front of us. Was supposed to be done 2 years ago, didn't get done. Didn't get done last year because we couldn't never get the Senate. The House Ag Committee passed it on a bipartisan basis, but we could never get the Senate to do their work. And so we're hopeful.
Those darn senators.
Exactly. I like to call the Senate 236 years of history untainted by progress, and so it's a quiet place over there.
Yeah.
Kind of a feeling of a senior center, that sort of thing. And so they don't move so fast.
No, I guess not.
We're always trying to encourage them to do their work and get it done. And so, so we have a lot of. I mean, Congress has its plate full.
Sure.
And the question is, can we get that work done? And then of course, we will be taking up throughout the year. Whether it's rescission bills like the one we just passed this past week out of the House, but trying to implement the president's agenda and give him the authorities and the legislative affirmation of the policies that he's trying to put in place.
Sounds like a lot, don't it, Sheila?
I know. He explains it so well that I don't know how he keeps up with everything.
I don't either. Congressman John Rose here in the studio with us. Thank you so much for explaining things to us.
At our level.
Well, I mean, I think that
it's the truth.
I think we're most American level here. I mean, I think that's the thing too, is that a lot of times you just get used to hearing some of these words, and you start thinking that you know what they mean. You make it up in your head. It's fun or it's informative to understand what these things actually mean. And so thanks for dumbing it down for us a little bit this morning. We appreciate that.
Well, I think every member of Congress, and I think this is the beauty of our system. I think when the framers, established the republic, they wanted a citizen legislature, and I'm absolutely committed that is the way it should be.
Yeah.
And so, as you know, not to change the topic at all, but I'm in my 6th or 7th year serving in the House, my 4th term. But I announced back in March that I'm coming home at the end of this term.
Yeah.
So, I will have served 8 years, and I'm excited about finishing out those 8 years. But I'm absolutely convinced that among the 767,871 people who call the 6th District home, that there are others who can do what I'm doing, and that's the way the founders wanted it to be.
Well, is it? I mean, are you just going to go back to farming then, or do you have other plans?
I have other plans.
Well,
and,
can you say what the other plans are?
I can if you'll let me. Yes.
Yeah,
so I announced back on March 20th that I'm running for governor of Tennessee.
How about that?
In 2026, and have been busy making my way across Tennessee. I've been to all 95 counties already. And
what's the difference between running for congressman and running for governor? Like, what's?
Well, I think obviously a different focus. State government's a little bit different from the federal government, different responsibilities, different challenges. And then, obviously geographically it's more challenging because Tennessee, we know, is a wide state, 95 counties, and lots of differences in those counties.
We don't really count West Tennessee. I'm just kidding.
Don't make him say that.
I'm just kidding.
He's got to count that.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, West Tennessee, vote Rose.
Well, and there are big differences in that are somewhat driven by the geographic differences of our state, but also just the historic, cultural, and social differences.
There's a huge difference between somebody from East Tennessee and somebody from West Tennessee. I mean, you can tell by talking to them what part of the state that they're from. Now, here in Middle Tennessee and the Upper Cumberland, we're just your normal people. But East and West, thank you so much for being here.
Want him to come back on with us. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, he's fun. He likes to have fun. Yeah. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity.
And we hope you continue to come back.
I will absolutely do
All
that.
right.
Yes.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Good Morning Cookeville live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Never ever, 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 never ever, ever, never been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. For a limited time, Ford has announced employee pricing for everyone. You pay what we pay. Everyone gets employee pricing. There's never ever, ever, ever been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com. See dealer for details. Some exclusions apply.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. JJ Spawn won his first major tournament on the PGA Tour, winning the U.S. Open at Oakmont with a final score of 1 under par yesterday. Spawn, who shot a front 940, finished at 2 over par for the day and beat Robert McIntyre by 2 after draining a 64-foot par putt for birdie on 18. It's just the second win of Spawn's career, who won the 2022 Valero Texas Open, and with the win, Spawn wins $4.3 million. The Boston Red Sox are trading 3-time All-Star Rafael Devers to the San Francisco Giants. In the trade, Boston received 2 pitchers, Kyle Harrison and Jordan Hicks, along with 2 prospects. The Giants are covering the rest of Devers' contract through 2033 and will pay him more than $250 million. Devers is currently hitting .272 with 15 home runs and 58 runs batted in this season. The Memphis Grizzlies traded Desmond Bain to the Orlando Magic yesterday. In return, they are getting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 first-round pick swap. Since entering the league in 2020, Bain is one of 3 players who have made 800 three-pointers on 40% shooting. The Magic ranked last in three-point shooting last season. Louisville beat Arizona yesterday in a win-or-go-home game 8-3 in the College World Series in Omaha to keep their season alive. Today, Arkansas plays Murray State to keep their season alive at 1 o'clock, and UCLA plays LSU to move on in the winner's bracket at 6. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. It's Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 7:38.
Well, Angie Wells with the Chamber of Commerce of Cookeville is with us. She is over Leadership Putnam, and one of the graduates of Leadership Putnam is Chris Hendrick, and they're both with us today to talk about the upcoming class. And you're just taking nominees now, or
yes,
should I say nominees.
Applications.
Yes. Yeah, we're accepting applications until June 20th. So this Friday will be the cutoff for the application for Leadership Putnam for the class of 2026.
All right. So what I've heard about Leadership Putnam. I've seen the things on all the social media about Leadership Putnam.
Right.
It looks like it's a fun crew to be involved with, but what is it exactly?
Okay, Leadership Putnam is a community-based program, and what we do is we bring industry leaders throughout Putnam County. We bring them together, and what we want them to do is give back to the community. So we go and visit area different businesses. We have different days. Let me back up. So it's a 9-month program, and each month we meet one day a month, which is on Thursday, and the program day lasts all day from 8 to 5. And we go visit different businesses in the area. And what the participants learn is they learn and get deeper in depth about what goes on in our county. That's
And
what
that's
they'll
really
learn.
interesting, too, to find out
It's-
what all goes on in Putnam County.
Exactly.
That's your only time commitment then is one Thursday a month.
One Thursday
All
a month.
day, though.
All day. I
Uh-huh.
tell people to block out their calendars from like 8 to 5.
Okay.
You know, it's all day.
You
Yeah.
get to eat lunch and stuff, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to get sponsors for our lunch, so that's another thing. But it's a really great program. It's a great program to network. I mean, they get to meet, you'll meet so many different people and, you know, and friendships. I mean, they come out of Leadership Putnam and they've got lifelong friendships out of it.
Is this something, you know, somebody's moved here, they don't know a lot of people, they're trying to get into the business community? Is that more for them, or, you know, like Sheila's been here since dinosaurs roamed Putnam County.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I mean, would that be right for somebody like
Anybody.
Sheila and myself?
Absolutely. Okay. I would encourage Sheila or Jason to come and check it out. It's a great program. You'll learn so much. The biggest thing that I get, and I love it when they say it, is after the program, they'll come and say, Miss Angie, I've lived here all my life, and I had no idea that was going on, or I didn't know that that was there, or this.
Yes.
It's just a great way. We have Human Needs and Services Day, and that we go around to all different nonprofits. We see where the need in the community is. And what I want the group to do is to give back to the community. And with that, they have to do group projects, and that's how they give back to the community. Each group has to serve in some capacity to give back.
Well, which class were you with, Chris? Was it the latest or?
Yes, ma'am. So we just graduated
May.
right at a month ago.
Yes, ma'am. Wait, you know what?
Well, you said I was a dinosaur. He had to
but
say
no,
ma'am.
isn't that nice of him to respect his elders?
You're the same age as me. Chris, just ignore him. What did you guys do with your call? What was your favorite thing about Leadership Putnam? Then we'll get into what the community service was that you guys chose.
You know, so it came across, I don't know where I saw a little ad or whatnot on it, and I was like, man, that's going to be really cool. My wife was pushing me to do it. And also, you know, the CEO of my company, he was also saying this is something that I should really get into.
And which company are you with?
So I'm with Recreational Concepts.
Oh, yes.
You know, commercial playgrounds, turf, pavilion, splash pads, et cetera, et cetera. Doing the splash pad here in Cookeville, and the next few months it should be landing and hopefully get installed in.
Which looks like it's going to be phenomenal.
I mean, right? Yeah, it should make a big splash.
No, see what you did there.
Bad joke for you on a Monday morning, but you know, what I wanted to gain from it, like, you know, I graduated in 2002 from Cookeville High School. Was I felt like even being here for almost 30 years, I still just didn't know a lot about Putnam County.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that anybody's not doing a great due diligence to teach about it. It's just you got to find a way to plug in.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a phenomenal.
Man, you got life going on. There's all this other stuff that's happening, and to find time you can do life and learn about Putnam County. You know.
I mean, we just recently learned about Recreational Concepts and how much y'all are involved in. It's not that we didn't think there was something like that in Cookeville. It's just you don't understand how much the businesses do in the area. And then when we discover that, it's just like, wow, we got it right here in our backyard.
That's the great thing about this program is it really helps identify that. I mean, some of the the needs day and just all of it. She does give you the ability to be absent once or twice, which is great for flexibility. But I hate that I missed the two different ones.
And you're building like those relationships too with the people in your class, and then y'all branch off in groups. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what was your community project with your group?
So we really kind of honed into what hasn't been done before, which typically everybody in these classes want to, because everybody does want to leave their mark. And when I was just doing a little bit of soul searching, I thought, has anybody done anything in Monterey? You know, because most people, when they think of Putnam County, they do think of Cookeville,
Sure.
you know, being the major city in Putnam County. So we started thinking, and we just all kind of had a tug on us. So let's do something in Monterey. Well, the one thing that's really nice about Monterey is they have beautiful viewing areas.
Mhm.
So we figured, let's put benches so people can sit and enjoy them.
That sounds so simple, but it's so needed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
needed. It's wonderful. What they have done is just incredible. The group projects that have come out of this class and the prior classes is just fantastic. I think the total,
See, I knew a little about Leadership Putnam, but I didn't realize how much they give back to the community too,
a lot.
which is phenomenal.
Yes.
And then you look at the benches and you're like, we had a part of that.
Yep.
We had
That's
part
right.
in that.
Do you ever go up there and just sit on them and be like, I did this?
Not yet. We just got them installed. And
Oh, okay.
We got a few more coming. So we're very gracious to have more donors started showing up and saying, hey, we want a bench. We want a bench. We want a bench. So we were
So
able
you
to
got something started and then are like, let's keep it coming.
Well,
Yes.
everybody wanted
That's
to
right.
hop on the bandwagon, right? Well, who doesn't want to be a part of that? So we got some more coming. They should be here. Actually, I think they're in freight right now. So we'll be able to get those installed and have a few more benches across Monterey as well, too.
I
And I
love
think-
that y'all chose Monterey too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I think we're also having a unveiling of the benches coming up.
Yeah. This week, actually.
Yeah, this week.
Oh, when? What day?
I believe it's either Wednesday or Thursday. I'd have to double check my calendar. But
All right.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, it'd be great. So yeah, we're kind of doing like a ribbon cutting unveiling of the benches, and just kind of give this group a little
little praise, a little,
Sure, yeah.
saying that, hey, look what they did, and it's from Leadership
So
Putnam.
is it a competition between all the groups? Just like one
try to
group
make it.
win?
Yeah, I
Okay.
try to
A
boost
friendly
So your group won then, right?
absolutely, yeah, right. And don't let Susan, that's going to come in here later and tell you that they won,
Absolutely.
right?
Okay. Well, we won't let that
And
happen.
then naturally, each class is the best class.
Sure, yeah.
When you guys do this again next year, they're going to say they're the best.
But don't believe it, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right.
It's definitely yours, Chris.
Every
Right?
single time.
We'll talk more about Leadership Putnam coming up here in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We are live here in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-Window 1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Monday morning forecast. Off and on wet and stormy conditions will continue today with scattered to widespread thunderstorms likely this afternoon. A few storms could be strong with localized flooding issues possible. Highs will top out in the mid-80s. A few showers or storms may continue into the overnight hours with lows falling to around 70. Rain and storms are expected to be widespread Tuesday, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will be in the lower 80s. We'll continue to run a chance for scattered thunderstorms both Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the low to mid-80s. The stormy pattern will finally come to an end with high temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90 in store for us this weekend. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
It's 107.7 Grace FM.
And Hub Plus on your Roku app.
We'll light up the sky. And it's Red, White, and Boom on the 4th of July. And we're excited to again be the official radio partner of Red, White, and Boom, the largest event in the region and still on the largest radio stations in the region.
Did you know this is the 11th annual Red, White, and Boom? Not to mention, it's the second biggest 4th of July fireworks show in the state of Tennessee. This will be at the original Putnam County Fairgrounds on Jefferson Avenue, and this will be the biggest Red, White, and Boom ever.
Plus live music with
slippery when wet. America's best Bon Jovi tribute band, plus food trucks, a vendor market, the U.S. military, and family-friendly events going on as we count down to the fireworks on America's birthday.
And you can hear this year's fireworks soundtrack exclusively on your hometown favorites. 94.7, The Country Giant, and 98.5, KISS FM. And you can watch all the action on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
And don't forget, as always, it's coming up Friday, July 4th.
And we want you and your family there.
It's right here with Better Cookeville, Cookeville Communications, and 107.7 Grace FM, and on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
Happy 4th of July!
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila with you here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate at 749.
Well, Angie Wells is with Cookeville Chamber of Commerce and in charge of Leadership Putnam. And Angie, you have brought good guests in here. Not only we talked to Chris, now we're talking to Susan Luna Hazelwood, and you may know that last name, Luna, your maiden name, Bob Luna, and your mom is
Gail
Bob
Luna.
and Gail Luna, which are totally loved in this community. So, Susan, what are you involved with? I know your job and everything. Let's tell us a little bit about yourself besides your parents. of
Yes.
course.
So other than my parents, my work is I work for Tennessee Tech. I'm the director of the Crawford Alumni Center. So I do the alumni engagement and fundraising, all the things that other people don't like. Asking people for money. It's just
But
one
you're
of
good at
the
it.
many things. Well, thank you. I learned from my father.
Yeah.
He was good at it.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Just
definitely
like
good
I
at it.
talk with my hands, even on the radio. I get that from my father.
You're
as
on
well.
TV, though.
You're on TV too.
Then great.
Hey, Mom
Everyone
and
can
Dad.
see me
Yeah.
talking with my hands.
That's right.
So we were talking a little bit with Chris, and he said his class of Leadership Putnam was the best.
I mean, I'm not surprised he said that.
But what about yours? I'm sure yours was good too.
Absolutely. Everyone had a great group. This was a great team overall.
Yeah.
But everyone thinks they're the best, and I'm no different from that.
What was your group's project? Like theirs was the benches. What was
Yes.
yours?
So our project kind of related to benches. We did picnic tables for the exceptional bean to have outside.
gosh.
So I talked to CG and Michael, and they really they needed some more outdoor seating that was also accessible for their customers and their employees. So we worked together to get them some outdoor picnic tables, weather resistant, won't need a bunch of
Umbrellas too, right?
Yes, and umbrellas. Yes, picnic tables and umbrellas.
This is going to
and
be
we have-
fancy.
We have seen them. They're already out there. They're being used.
I need to
It
check
was
that
fantastic,
out.
yes.
Yeah, we love the bean. We love CG. So all of that just kind of works together. And then the support of the exceptional bean is important in this town. I'm really,
Absolutely.
it makes a difference.
Yes.
So what was something that you can point to that you learned from Leadership Putnam that maybe you didn't know going into?
So much. I mean, the main thing overall is that there was so much I did not know that I thought I knew.
Right.
Growing up in Cookeville, being as involved as my family is, I thought I knew stuff already. I didn't. I learned so much from the different companies. I learned a lot from local government. Local government was one of my favorite days. Again, I thought I knew things, didn't.
Did you guys go to Nashville one
We
time?
did for state government, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, what did you learn from that? That just seems like that would open up a new world to you.
I unfortunately didn't get to go on the state government day.
Of course, I would ask
so
that question.
I know. So thanks for that. And I thought about
will ask
lying,
Miss
but
Angie.
I didn't.
She'll know. Angie,
I
what's
know.
your favorite thing about going to
Not rubbing
Nashville?
salt in the wound.
I'm sorry about
Hey,
that.
she does this.
It's very rude. Very rude.
I'm sorry about. I apologize for Sheila.
And Susan automatically jumps on. She's one of us now.
That's right. So going to Nashville, it's usually one of the most popular. Everybody seems to love. They go to the Nashville, go to the state capitol. They get to meet with all their local representatives, get
Yeah.
to talk to them, get to ask them questions. So it's really, and plus just going to the capitol and just looking at all the architectural. It's just absolutely beautiful.
The building is beautiful in itself, and then you
Capitol's
meet your
gorgeous.
representatives
and then you
too.
meet your representatives. So it is a full day. I mean, we are there from 9 o'clock.
I don't know. Let's keep rubbing it in that I wasn't there.
From like 9 o'clock.
Remember, she wasn't there.
She looks at you like, right? And you're like, I don't know.
Sounds great, though.
Yeah. It was a good time, even though you missed it.
So glad
It was a
everyone
great
enjoyed
time.
it.
Yeah.
But see, I think a lot of people are just as much fun as her. You enjoyed meeting all the other people that were with you.
I had such a great
Whether they were
time.
on your team or not.
Yes, yes. And so many people I didn't know at all and probably would not have met otherwise.
And now they're buddies.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. We just did, the new thing that I did this year was instead of doing, group projects, which we usually have 5 or 6 groups that, have their projects, I decided to do a whole class project where everybody is involved to give back to the community. So that's when we partnered with the CRMC Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys saw, but the Monarch Butterfly.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
a whole class group project. So
the whole garden.
that whole garden
Oh, wow.
was from
I
the
think
whole
that's
class.
lovely.
It was awesome. So we got some sponsors, and we were able to get the dirt, the mulch, the flowers. We had
It's a butterfly garden.
It's a
basically,
monarch
for those that don't
butterfly
know.
garden. Yeah, and it's for the cancer center, and it's for the cancer patients to enjoy while they're there receiving treatment. So
Great idea.
Of course, we were just like, yes, let's do this. Let's be a part of this. And we
That
made
really
it happen.
makes my heart melt.
Oh.
Because I mean, things like that really make a difference when people are going
Well,
through treatment.
that
They
is-
need a little pick me
But
up.
this is the top. This is the part of leadership, because it is leadership Putnam. This is the type of community leadership
That's right.
that this leadership Putnam thing fosters. Correct?
That's
'Cause
correct.
I think a lot of times you hear leadership Putnam, and this is going to make you a great boss.
Yeah.
Or this is going to make you this or make you that. But
We're
leadership
already leaders.
Putnam.
That's
is-
right.
This is about
Yeah.
being a leader in your community.
And learning about your
back.
community and then giving back to your community. Now, I knew it was about learning about your community, but
Well, see,
until
I didn't. I thought it was here's how you be a better boss. I've learned today it's how to be a better Putnam County-an.
Yes. Or person, even a network. It's networking, it's giving back. And I talked to Connie McCormick, who is with Remax.
That's right.
And she was really, she's a good promoter of that because she said, we had a project. And until her, I didn't realize y'all were involved in so many projects that you do.
So real quick, I want to tell you about another project that I'm so proud of. This group was the cookbook. So a lot of people don't know the PEP Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That was started from Leadership Putnam.
Had
That
no
was
idea.
That was a Leadership
That's one of
Putnam
my
project.
favorite things that will not. Again, I hate
We
that
have
it
so
has
many
to
favorites,
happen.
but yes, but it helps the children
I
of Putnam
love
County.
that as a charity. What a great thing.
So what this group did, worked with the PEP Foundation, Caitlin Stakely, and they did a cookbook called Thrifty Bites. And it's for the families that,
that
meet
received
the needs
yeah.
from PEP. They will get this in the front of the school year, this cookbook that has 50 recipes. It's English and in Spanish.
That's great.
This group, I can't tell you how many hours that they took. The menu is like a dinner for $7. That's the kind of
Wow.
It is incredible. As much as I want to say we had the best group, this project is incredible.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and
All
they
of the
have put-
projects are incredible. So that's why everybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
my group's good. Because everybody has such great ideas. And they put it into fruition and really make a difference here in our county.
So just before we have to start wrapping up, you have until the 20th. So you have until this weekend.
You have till Friday.
You have till Friday.
Business day to apply for leadership.
So what does it take to apply? Like, how do you do that?
If you get on, I have a Facebook page, Leadership Putnam. There is a link there that you can apply. They can reach out to me. I could send them the link.
I believe you have to have a reference of some sort.
You have to have 3
If anybody
references.
needs one,
Well, there
let me
goes-
know.
There goes mine then. I was going to till he brought up references.
I was just trying to be nice and offer to be a reference for someone.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
All right. I still have some proving to do. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is really, truly a great program. Again, it starts in August is when we'll kick off the class of 2026, and it will wrap up the following year in May. So it's 9 months, one Thursday out of the month from 8 to 5. You will have, I guarantee you will leave with your heart filled and just glad that you did it.
I've never heard anybody say they
No,
didn't enjoy
me
it.
either.
Yeah.
It's all everybody that's been through it has absolutely enjoyed it, and it's meant something to them.
Yes.
So, very, very cool. Well, thanks so much for being here this morning. We appreciate it. And also, thanks to the Chamber for doing things like this, like the signature luncheon last week. You can watch that tonight here on Hub Plus. Comes on at 7. So if you weren't able to make it to that signature lunch to learn about the roads and the infrastructure from the county mayor, city mayor, and TDOT, it's so interesting. And you can watch it all tonight on Hub Plus at 7 o'clock. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Sheila, who's tomorrow?
It's Dennis Bynum with H2O Water Biz.
All right.
He has that business, and his wife has Foxy Nail, so we'll talk to him about his businesses in Cookeville.
Awesome. That sounds great. Good dude, too. That's all tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville. See ya. Bye.
Bye.